Naija nerds.
Cool. Hello and welcome to another episode of Niger's Geeking Out. This is the big one, the 3-digit one, episode 100. Yes, indeed, this is episode 100. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, Dapo in particular. Round of applause.
Yeah. Wait. Why that one?
Are we clapping for that one? Exactly.
Wait.
I don't understand.
How do you
Listen,
clap?
Listen, okay.
He's our host.
I know you have usurpist tendencies, Cakes, right? But you know the thing, one of the reasons why you continue to be Starscream to Dako's Megatron is because unfortunately you don't hide it, You just come right out and you just blurt everything out.
Why? Why are we giving him props?
So I said Dako in particular,
Okay.
There are other people that are going to get their thanks, and the thanks are going to be the intros.
Okay, my bad.
Cakes.
Sorry. All right.
There's
Okay.
a
Sorry. Okay. I take it back.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So you have to take it back, and of course. So, in order to not allow the usurper to steal your flowers, our esteemed host, Dako, please receive your congratulations on reaching 100 episodes.
Thank you very much, and they're received with a lot of joy and thankfulness. And I could not do it without you guys anyway. So it's congrats for all of us round.
We're not.
Well, yeah, amazing work, guys. I mean, to the listeners who have been with us for 100 episodes, I don't know how you guys have managed, but fantastic. Please continue to listen. And with, fantastic listeners like you, we will get to 200 and 300 and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Thank you, Cakes. Thank you for thanking the listeners before I could get around to thanking them. That is very, very good. But don't worry, listeners. That means you're just going to get thanked twice.
yes.
And a big congratulations to the great Snyder cultist himself, the one and only.
I am more than a Snyder cultist. I am also a DC fan.
The one and only fanboy of Black Adam. The only person that's going to be sitting down in theaters in the country that he's in, watching The Rock on the screen. Today, how have you managed to survive the incessant bullying and toxicity that you have been subjected to for 100 episodes?
You've tried. I'll
100 episodes of surviving the nonsense on this podcast. But I realized my job is to spread the truth wherever I may be, to be the light in the darkness, to be the one standing up for truth, justice, and not the American way. Not the American
way. and the Jollof way.
And the Jollof way, exactly.
Yes, of course.
And
the way of the Jollof.
Because if I'm not here now, people will just be talking rubbish, praising nonsense TV shows up and down. We can't let that stand.
Closed fist to the closed fist. Wakanda forever. The way of the Jollof forever.
Chop, Marco. Wakanda forever.
Yes, indeed. I would also like to give flowers to our esteemed and should I say regular special guest, Red. Congratulations on 100 episodes, Red.
If we're doing this thing, some of us get pass mark for attendance. over 100, I'll probably be one of the highest scorers. It's good. I mean, it's good to be here. It's a century, so let's keep it going. Let's take it to 200.
Indeed. 3 digits is amazing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's no way this could be possible without the perfect planning, the impeccable project management, and of course, the eternal scheming and plotting against our great leader Dapo from none other than our esteemed co-host, Cakes.
I actually just thought of a name for him now.
You want to say on episode 100, Abi?
Go on, tell him.
Go ahead.
Cakes the Imp.
On
Oh
episode
my
100,
God.
Abi?
Oh,
John Red
no.
regular.
Red, why would you do that?
The man said,
Why would you
John
do
Red
that, Red?
regular.
the man said the imp.
The Imp.
Yeah, Red
Thank
Sorry.
you, Jerry Wale, and thank you, everyone. Yeah, like I said,
And that's a very befitting name for him.
it's been so
Very.
today. You two, you want to
It
so
just fits.
this is
Yeah,
that's what we're doing now.
basically.
No,
Okay, that's
no,
fine.
no. I won't call Cakes. I won't call Cakes the Imp. I will call him the leopard. Yes, indeed. Cakes the
Okay,
leopard.
I'll take that. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'll allow it.
definitely.
Anyway,
Take that.
we guys, we've been backpatting a lot. Yes, thank you, Wale, and for you as well. Thanks, the voice of the pod. It's been 100 episodes. Thanks for being here. To the next 100.
Thanks a lot, Cakes. I, of course, I have to apologize for not having been here as frequently as I usually have recently, but hopefully that will soon change. Thank you very much, Cakes. And of course, once again, a great thank you to our listeners, those of you who have been with us for 100 episodes, those of you who joined us along the way, who went back to the beginning and started following our episodes. We could never have done it without you guys being out there listening. Thank you all very much. And now I hand right over to our host to kick us off, Dapo.
Thanks for that great introduction, Wale. And yes, it's our 100th episode, and it's 100 episodes of talking about things that we love, and with a Nigerian slant. And it's been great fun having you guys together. It's a great fun for you, having the listeners with us. And I actually think we should do next episode, or when we do our end of our second season, which is coming up very fast, we should do a kind of giveaway to some of our fans.
Yes.
So we will come up with that news. Now, we have a special guest who's
who's going to join?
Yeah, he's going to join. He's dropped off at the moment, but he'll join us at some point. And it's a Nigerian author of a superhero story. But I'll let him do the introduction when he comes online. But it's something really to look forward to. And I'm quite glad that we have this person who will introduce later on for the 100th episode.
Yes.
But while we wait on him to join us, let's talk about, I think there's some news, Cakes. I think there's some small news,
So
might wanna...
Kevin heard. So Kevin heard about episode 100. Kev, I call him Kev. So he heard about episode 100.
Because he's apparently your best friend now.
He's my guy. He's my guy.
Is it Kev or Patrick? You called him Patrick when you
No,
Kevin.
Kev.
Kev.
You don't know him. You don't know. Red, you don't know Kev.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay,
I know
go
Kev.
ahead.
Okay? Some people call him Kev F. Mr. Feige, I call him Kev. So he's my guy. So he heard that we have episode 100 of this podcast dropping, and he was like, "Guys, I got you." And he said, he called Kugler and he said, "Look, Ryan, is the second trailer ready?" "Yeah, it's due next week, sir. It's due next week, Mr. Feige." I call him Kev. And he said, "You know what? Drop it today. Some of my boys are doing something today. Drop it." And so they dropped second trailer. The way I'm saying this, anyway, they dropped the second trailer for Wakanda Forever, which is Black Panther 2. And have we all seen this?
I believe the answer is around the house, yes.
Yes.
And our special guest is back online. So, Pants, how are you doing?
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you? We gave you a fantastic introduction. We talked all about your great work on the novel that you're working on the novel that you're working on, the superhero novel, and we want you to talk a little bit more about it. But before we jump into that, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you.
Awesome. It's great to have you.
Yes, and my wedding guests are actually pretty happy with me right now because I'm not sure that, but told the rest of you, I actually traveled for a wedding.
Oh wow!
So, Yeah. So
Oh my
I
God.
thought,
Okay.
I thought I heard you wrong when you said my wedding guests. I'm like, you getting married? or-
That's
Wait.
my wedding guest.
I
The
was
wedding guest.
gonna say, is it your wedding?
Exactly.
No,
And you're
it
the
was his
podcast.
wedding. I was like, guys, I got this. I got this podcast I need to do.
Nah, I'm still single. Still completely single. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So did you see the trailer? Did you see the Wakanda Forever trailer?
Yes, I prefer the
Yeah.
first one.
The first trailer.
Mm, that was
Okay.
much better.
Oh, why'd you say that? Why'd you say that?
I'm usually the one trailer guy. I've noticed I don't like second trailers a lot. The same thing happened to me with Rings of Power. Yeah.
Okay. What is that? What is this?
What
Rings of Power
Rings
that you
of
speak?
Power exactly? Like,
What
It's
is
the
this?
greatest show of 2022. Nobody can argue that with me.
we don't know what you're talking about here.
Bros, you want to talk about your book? Abi, you want come?
Okay. Since, I'm surrounded by a lot of the Rings haters.
So yeah, so you preferred the first one. The second one, is it like it was too short? It wasn't. The music choices didn't trip you. What was it? What was it about Wakanda Forever that you didn't like?
I just with the first trailer, I didn't know enough. I like
Okay.
what I knew, and I like the fact that I didn't know the full picture.
Yes,
I still don't know the full picture, but now I know more than I did with the first trailer, and I'm not
I
really.
completely understand that.
Okay.
The first one left you with more questions than answers, and that just keeps you going like, what's going on? You know.
Yes, exactly. That was the feeling I got. This one,
Yeah.
I'm not like I shouldn't have seen this. I would have been much better.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think the first one's better.
Oh, it was.
But totally different
was.
reason. I think it was more emotional.
It was more evocative. Yeah, it was.
The
It was
sound, the music. Yeah, so that hit hard.
Yeah.
I think this one is a totally different.
It's a little more action packed.
Yeah, it's a bit more action side,
Exactly.
less of the emotion. Yeah. So I kind of do prefer the first one, but I enjoyed this. Don't get me wrong, and what it gave me as well.
Red wants to say something.
Yeah, go on, Red.
So the first one is just the mistake. Everything was broken. We didn't know we're gonna see Neymar. I mean, we didn't know we're gonna.
Yeah.
So it's just the hype. You can't beat that first hype again.
True.
So the second one is just confirming what we already knew.
Yeah. And what we suspected. And
I still like the music. I mean, the first time was the Bob Marley Thames saying "No Woman, No Cry." This one is some Zambian music, I think. It's still
some
well done.
Zambian music, please. Let's not disrespect.
Today, the original Zambian descendant is going to speak now. Okay.
Today,
why are we disrespecting Sampa the Great like this?
Today,
it's Sampa the Great. Okay, tell us what it is.
Today, educate us.
Educate us, yes.
Educate us, please.
Sampa the Great now. Why are we disrespecting people?
Sampa
like
the
this?
Great. Okay.
Who is he? Tell us
She's
about him.
she's a famous. She's a popular rapper now. Actually, this is the outro from one of our albums. As above, so below. Yeah, please.
Sorry, I'm not into rap.
Let's respect ourselves here. Please.
Okay, I'm not into rap.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Today's offended. Okay.
Yes.
Today, what did you think about the trailer then?
Yeah, for me, for this trailer, I like the music a lot, obviously from everything.
Yes.
But for the trailer, I enjoyed the trailer. It confirms a lot of the theories we got from season. We speculated about from the first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Some good theories and some bad theories that we didn't feel like. So yes. So I'm not as hyped going into the movie after this trailer. I'm still, don't get me wrong, I'm going there in my full lag. But
I actually understand what you mean.
Yeah.
But the plot points that I didn't want them to.
Today you're going to wear Avada in November in Estonia.
I'm doing it for the culture. I'm doing that for the culture.
Okay.
I'm going there in my white native to watch this movie. Definitely.
Okay.
And but so some plot points that I think we might touch on them later on, that I didn't particularly think they were going to go in. I was hoping they wouldn't go in that direction. It seems they are going there. And some things I was hoping they would do, they are not going to do. So, and then confirmations of theories.
You don't know that then.
Now, to be fair though, from this trailer, you can already see the first, second, and third act structure, except their line to us. You can already see the first three acts.
I think they mixed up the sequence.
And to your point of lying, Marvel's they've done it not once or twice. They've done it a few times already.
I think we're looking at misdirection. I think there's actually a part that they put forward before. I don't know. We'll see.
I honestly don't think we're looking at misdirection here, but we'll see. We'll talk about it a bit more later.
Okay.
All right. Wale, what were your thoughts?
Right. So I must say this. I don't know whether it was the audio. So I mean, okay, when I was watching the trailer just before I joined the call, you guys were wondering why it was taking me so long to finish just such a short trailer, and that's because I kept rewinding it because the audio quality seemed a little bit. I was like, this trailer isn't gripping me, and is it because the soundtrack is not quite as good as?
Did you watch the Marvel one or the?
Yeah, it was the Marvel one. It was the Marvel one. This was on Marvel site, and the first one had the Thames music in the background, and then it had all the sort of like visual stuff that they were doing and all that, and it was just. I went into that not caring at all for this movie. I just expect this movie to be crap, waste of my time. Not going to waste my time getting excited for it. Exactly. Phase 4, we all know how much of a train wreck it's been. I was like, okay, this is going to be terrible. But that trailer just kind of gave me hope, like, oh my God, this could be something incredible. What they did, the music and everything, because that's what they did well in the first Black Panther, the music and visuals. Watching this one, the audio was just, I mean, the choice, the music choice was pretty bad. It was just like, okay, this is a cookie cutter Marvel film. Look, it's Atlantis. Oh no, they have lost their protector, and now they are coming to fight us.
Today looks like he's about to have an attack.
Yes, don't insult the music choice.
Oh God! And then what's his name? Winston Duke. I mean, I praise him all the time for the Nigerian accent that he puts on for M'Baku in Black Panther. He comes up and he has like the most ridiculous Nollywood accent. And he's like, "Oh, wow. They call him Kamulu. What was that? What was that scene?"
You know what? He was the best. He was the best part of the trailer for me.
Okay, all right. Anyway, the trailer just, for me, it was a huge drop down. It demystified the whole story for me. It was like, all right, straight up, Shuri is becoming the Black Panther. There's no ambiguity. That's the route they're taking. I'd always thought that would be a mistake, but they're doing it, whatever. And then it's just a big fight between Wakanda and Atlantis, the end. So right now, what this trailer has done for me is it's just brought the film down from the pedestal I'd put it on. And paradoxically, I think that might actually make it more likely for me to like the film. Because now I'm not going to go in with any overblown expectations. Exactly. I'm going in expecting a Phase 4 movie. I'm just going in expecting Thor: Love and Thunder, something along those lines. Right? No, that's sorry, Tunde, but that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting that level.
Pretty much.
Exactly. I'm expecting that level of care or lack of care to be with this movie. I'm expecting it to be a side story, something that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We're going to fight Atlantis. We're going to beat them. They're going to go away. End of story. That's just what I'm expecting. And it's not really a problem. Maybe I might enjoy it, but whatever.
Okay.
I can still get over the comparison to Thor: Love and Thunder. Come on.
Wale, you're out of line.
No.
There are more polite ways to say you're expecting garbage.
I know.
I'm just telling you guys. I know. Of course, I know you guys mean. Yeah. But I'm just telling you that's what I expect. I mean, so don't be surprised when you guys are complaining and crying your eyes out and giving it 1 star, 2 stars, and I come in with like a 3.5 or something. Don't be surprised when that happens, because right now, that's what I'm expecting.
I get that, that's fair, but I'm saying they are more polite. That's like the most polite way to say you're expecting a garbage movie.
Yes.
I mean,
basically.
Yeah. Thor Love and Thunder.
It's a bit much.
I don't expect anything from this.
I did appreciate. I preferred the first trailer as well.
Yeah.
It was very emotional, very evocative.
Very.
There was a sense of loss.
Yes.
Watching that trailer, not just for Chadwick as an actor, but also you could feel the loss of that nation and their king.
Yes.
That they have lost their king. You know, she's talking about she's lost a child. I've given everything. I've lost everything. You know, Ramonda, and you're like, oh shit, this is deep.
Yeah.
This one definitely has more action elements. Like, if we talk about some of the things we picked up, there was some Namor action.
Yep.
Which is really awesome. You know, I have always wondered. One second.
I think I have an idea what you're going to talk about.
One sec. I have always wondered genuinely how Namor's wings, his ankle wings, work. Because they are too small to be practical. So seeing it didn't look as silly as I thought it would look in reality.
Right. So can I make a point about that?
Yeah,
this is just
the first one. Not when he was like switching position. Direction.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was going to talk about it. But comic book points. In the comic books, they make it very clear his wings have got nothing to do with his flight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The wings are just the phrase is used vestigial. It's just
got it. A leftover from Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I think it was in the old cartoon or so that they used to flap.
But now obviously in this trailer, it does look like these are
granting him flight,
power in his flight. I don't know what phrase to use.
Yes.
And they've gone with a style of flight that is slightly unique.
I have to believe that they will tidy up the action scene where he's flying and changing direction. The CG. I have to believe it.
Right. Yeah. So Kex,
Black Panther can't keep getting bad.
I think that might have been a choice. A Hummingbird type choice.
No, but it's still bad CGI. It still looked bad.
It looked the CGI was not good. No.
Yeah, it looked not great. No. Yeah. So they hopefully they can tidy that up. You know. Okay. I did like when he was just flying and floating in the air there. That looked cool. And even when he was coming down in the water with his arms apart, I was like, So I get exactly what Wale is saying, but I find it difficult to believe that they are doing a throwaway movie with an entire, is it Mesoamerican culture? What do they call those?
Aztec
type. They can't just throw that whole culture away. They can't just do it as a non sequitur, like, oh, this movie doesn't fit into any way. It has to. They are introducing one of Namor cannot be. Yeah.
Well,
to be fair,
they did the Russian movie, and it was just that was Black Widow. That was the Russian movie.
Yeah, but Black Widow was.
Movie, and it was also
to be fair, Namor, this movie doesn't have to fit into any other greater plot. Like,
no, what I mean
Black
is,
Panther versus.
Yeah, what I mean is, he will either be an ongoing villain, or an ally, or a reluctant ally, or this can't be the one movie we see him. And then
I know.
Don't get me wrong, Cakes. Don't get me wrong, Cakes. I was talking about Phase 4. In Phase 4, the stories are throwaway, but they're bringing in characters. So like how Black Widow, it's like
I see.
Forget the story, but we get
Yelena.
White Widow. Then we get what's her name, America out of Doctor Strange. We get this other. You get what I mean?
Gotcha. So like wider implication for the universe is what you're saying. Like you don't really see this.
Yes,
happening.
Exactly. So it's just going to be, this happened, and look, we have Ironheart and we have Namor. The end.
I was going to touch on Riri as well.
So one thing from this trailer is the conflict not just with Wakanda. The service would have come for Wakanda as well, and that her statement about we've lost a leader and you think we're weak was directed at the UN.
That was actually a statement she was given at the UN.
At the UN. So obviously, and we've seen some scenes of some military types. So clearly, let's just say America. Either America or Liberia.
Oh, That is going to be.
It can't be Latveria. It better not be Latveria.
Are you minding that more?
I would lose my
Maybe
shit.
you wanted to say Latvia. You wanted to say Latvia.
It better not be, because I would lose my shit. Because if they do it as Latveria,
Dr. John?
Yes, I expect they will do the same thing they did to the Illuminati for them in that movie. But
they will just back them. So
let's not.
But this film is going to be really long, as they said. So I think they have a lot of time.
I hope so.
Snyder Cut was 4 hours, and it's the same. Please.
When we are talking about filmmakers, please, we're not talking about we're not calling con artists, please. No, don't call Snyder here.
Here's the thing, though. This movie is going to excel in one thing, and that's that emotional connection to Chadwick.
I hope so.
That loss.
I hope so.
No matter what this movie turns out to be, you're going to feel that story. That deep emotional core of the movie is going to be there. It's going to be what the initial woke, how would I put it now, celebration of Black culture in the first movie was. It's going to be that core for this movie. I personally didn't think the first movie's plot was all that. And going by what we've seen so far, I don't think this movie's plot is going to be all that. But I'm going to go there with the full expectations like Walid. I'm going to enjoy the burial, the send forth, the homage to Chadwick.
Yes.
But this whole Nemo, outside world coming in, Riri, all of them, I don't expect much from it at all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we're going to get I don't think we're going to get the Mexican Black Panther. I don't think.
No. That's not what. That's not what Neymar is there. But
what's that?
Mexican Black Panther.
We will get Mexican Black Panther. As in, Neymar is going to be a symbol. Regardless of how bad this movie is, I think Neymar is going to be a standout character.
They've used the Inca culture.
Yeah.
But it's Atlantis.
Exactly.
The total and the main star is a Mexican. They're happy that we're gonna be represented, people of my hue, my culture on screen.
2 billion Black and Hispanics Black and Hispanics hitting the cinemas. You guys are in trouble.
I think one of the weakest parts to me, and I don't think there's any reason for Riri to be in this movie.
There is. I like her being in this movie.
You saw Ironheart, right?
A legacy of the
from Chadwick. Okay.
Why is she a legacy? Why is she a legacy?
The schools Chadwick started in the end of Black Panther.
Oh, sorry.
So she being a legacy from that is like
got it.
That's fair.
That's a fair point, Tunde. That is actually pretty cool. I actually like that.
Okay.
This Tunde sometimes can make good points.
But it's once in 100 episodes. Once in 100 episodes.
You just couldn't let that.
Episode 200. Watch out, listeners.
You can see how they're trying to bully me here, and I'm the only one that has sense out of all of them like this. But it's fine. We'll move on.
So, how about series Shuri's Black Panther costume, or what looks to might be Shuri. Let's
I have to admit that I like it.
I like it. I even prefer it to Chadwick's purple one. I like it.
I have to admit that. It's a grudging admission,
cool.
But I have to admit it. I like it.
Do you know what I like about the most? Weirdly enough, I didn't notice this. Someone was arguing that it's going to be somebody else, not Shuri. And I actually framed that scene.
Yes.
And then I spotted that costume actually has Shuri's normal decorations that she puts on her face.
No, it's her.
Those
the white things. Yeah. Nice.
I just love that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very classy.
Very classy. Did you guys notice that the Dora Milaje theme played when Shuri appeared in costume? That's the choo 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 choo.
Yeah.
You didn't notice it?
I noticed that. That's why I'm not. That's why at first I was not sure if it was going to be Shuri or Ayo. Or no, what's not Ayo? What's that?
Okoye.
Okoye.
No, sorry, Kex. Actually, that's also an option. That the lost Dora that have come into these movies,
We've not seen Nakia. We didn't see Nakia in this trailer, right?
No,
We
no,
didn't see Nakia.
the Lost Dora. You know, there's a new song
Yeah.
Dora led by
Michaela.
Michaela.
Yeah.
Could she?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's today's speaking it into the universe.
He spoke it into the universe.
Oh my God! Today,
sounded
what
like
do you
Black
have
Box.
against Paul Michaela? Like, what do you have against her?
All right, guys. I think
Yeah,
we spent a lot of time on it. Let's rate this trailer.
The trailer. In
Out of
fact,
5.
you know what, guys? Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3.
Okay.
With a 3. Yeah, it was
3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
What the trailer?
Okay.
What are you, Serpent?
Serpent.
I usually give things I like a 7.5. So anything less than that means I don't like it. So I'm just going to go with a 7.
So that's
Out
a
of 10.
3.5.
So that's a 3.5 score. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'll go with Serpent. I think 3.5. I think the last trailer was like a 4 for me, or more. This is around the 3.5 mark for me as well.
I mean, the last trailer was maybe like a 4 point something. I mean, that birth scene alone, I'm like, whoo, with the music,
yeah,
amazing. Okay, today.
This is a 4 for me. The last trailer was a 5. I don't know why you had 30 marks unnecessarily. What are you using your marks to do? You're saying it's a 4 point something. They gave you terms wonderful, no woman, no cry. With that news, your comment says a 4 points. Please, let's respect ourselves. Last trailer was a 5. This is a 4.
Okay.
It's a 3 for me.
Okay.
Wally, I'm always dreading.
The last one was definitely a straight up 5. It was brilliant. This one, I might as well have not even watched it. It's completely meh. I would have given it a 2.5, but I think it should get lower than that because it has degraded my interest in the movie. So it should get 2 stars, 2 out of 5.
Okay.
But it properly calibrated your interest in the movie, and I think that's a good thing. Yeah. It sets your expectations right. It sets you right.
I am not.
Exactly.
I mean, if I'm,
you know why I'm laughing.
If it's not perfect, if I don't have a perfect opportunity to go watch it, I'm not going to pay like top dollar to go watch a giant screen. If I'm supposed to go watch it and something else comes up, I'll go and do the other thing.
Really?
And if I don't end up watching it, then too bad. Maybe I'll try to watch it so I can talk about it on the show. But right now, I'm just not. I'm not like, oh my god, when is it coming out? I need to book tickets now.
This is the biggest screen for me, man.
Go and buy your native, I beg. You are wearing white native to go and watch this movie. They've declared our uniform for this film, whether it's good or bad. We are all wearing white native.
I'm not doing any of that.
Please,
I'm not doing
for
any
the culture.
I'm wearing mine. Correct. Correct. To be honest, I wore it last time anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Can you imagine? I think I'm the biggest Black Panther fan here, and I'm the one that's not even bothered about it. I mean, what's this movie doing?
Okay, all right, cool. Moving on. So, next piece is That Was Baby.
Yes.
When you talk about this,
just Jen. Yes, we are talking. Whether you like it or not, we are talking about it.
Today, why are you putting your head in your hand?
I'm tired of that. I'm just tired
of this guy. Honestly,
like we are doing 100 episodes and we still have to bring it down to mediocrity with this kind of talk.
Yeah, I mean,
let's get
lower than that. Yeah, let's get it over with. Let's do it.
Yes,
what episode number is this? Is this the last, second to the last one?
No, episode 7. I think we've got 2 more left.
We still have 2 more.
You have 2 more left, and no Daredevil yet. Yeah, sorry. Wally, you were about to say something? Sorry.
Oh no! You go on.
So yeah, we've got 2 episodes left. This is episode 7, and what's this episode about? Jen finally finds love. Goes on a few dates with this guy. She met at the wedding episode.
Yeah. Yep.
Josh seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
Great dates.
Yeah.
And on Friday, after 3 or 4 dates, by Friday they're knocking boots.
Yes.
And then it takes a slightly bad turn because she says a text that morning no reply. No reply Friday, no reply Saturday, no reply Sunday. So, you know, she's getting a bit paranoid. Have I been ghosted? Have I been dumped? You know, the standard stereotypical romantic, you know.
It's a bit harsh because I was like, dude.
not even a response back or anything at all.
Nothing.
She's there like going for her iPhone, trying to like scroll it up by force.
You know, when you're refreshing and then you change your network, you're like, nah, this network is bad. I'm going to switch from EE to you go on Wi-Fi, nothing.
I'm fully expecting to ask somebody, do you have Signal? Yeah, so she's been ghosted by this guy.
Yeah.
And on the Sunday, the parole officer for Emil Blonsky calls her up saying, listen, there's been an alarm from, because Emil Blonsky is on a home
retreat. He was actually funny.
Yeah, he's on house arrest. And he's got this electrical bracelet. Bracelet. So it's an alarm that something's wrong. So the parole officer wanted to go up there, but knowing that he's going up to a place where there's Emil Blonsky, who could turn into an abomination, he's a bit scared. So he calls up, listen, you're his lawyer. If you come along, I've got a better chance of not being in the ICU at the end of this. So they end up going to this retreat we've heard about. We've not seen it. We've heard about this retreat, and we get this retreat, and you know, we see Emil Blonsky. It does not look like he tried to escape. Something was wrong with the bracelet.
The bracelet,
And
are you sure?
We're not sure.
We're not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure.
I want to touch on the point later on that maybe it was a trick to get Jenny up there, because there's a character there that actually produces bioelectricity.
Yeah.
And there was an electrical short on bracelet. So, but basically, this retreat, it seems that it's not just Emil Blonsky and his 7 brides on this place. It seems to be a home for superpowered people who want to find themselves.
Yeah.
How would you describe that?
I think Heroes in Crisis is actually the best way. Yeah. Or Metas in Crisis or whatever. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say heroes.
Yeah, like
powered people. Crisis.
Yeah.
And it's again, clearly comedic show.
Yes.
The first 2 we meet is Mambo. And to be honest, that guy is a matador. He's the matador, but you know, he's trying not to be a stereotype, but he's dressed exactly. He's dressed exactly. He's just like a stereotype, and it basically turns out that it's a retreat for all these people.
Yeah.
And Emil Blonsky is this kind of, I don't know, 10-cent
guru. Yeah.
But he's not. He's cheesy as F. As his guru.
He is, but at the same time, he's quite effective. Because he is.
No, I agree. I agree. He's effective, but is he effective accidentally, or is he effective on purpose?
I don't think so.
No, it's on purpose. Like
I think he is.
He does a fairly good job there with that.
He does. I genuinely thought he did a pretty good, decent job as a guru.
Okay.
He let everyone speak. The ones who were getting worked up, he said, "Okay, you know what? Go to the court." And he has quiet authority, so they actually listen to him. Even when he told Jen to go sit in I was surprised that she did that, and he kind of ran the group quite well. Invited her to join the group,
you guys have to be kidding me right now.
I was waiting for Red's outburst.
Actually, I'm kind of lost too because I don't follow She-Hulk.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, okay. So Pet, for your just to give you the dynamics here. Red hates the show.
Yeah.
And doesn't find anything funny about it.
I don't hate the show.
Sorry.
It's more like Diary of a Bang Average Girl who's like, you get ghosted. You're making a show. I'm sorry. There's nothing about the show that I can point. I don't even care enough about it to hate it. The last time I tried to watch it and I fell asleep.
What you just mentioned is the exact selling point of the show. That's like the whole point of the show.
Yeah, it is.
That what?
Now, a bank average girl. So it's supposed to be something that people can relate to. Like the ghosting.
I'm sorry.
The target, not you. You are not the target audience.
Okay.
target audience.
When I
can be
use that for Miss Marvel, you were the one telling me that's
I was
what
I
the
it
know
one.
I like Miss Marvel.
I was the one. I was
You were
the
the
one.
one.
Right
Okay.
there.
So
It sounds like X that will be saying that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't
it's,
find
it's a trash. It's a trash show.
Yeah,
Right.
but I don't find this show particularly good. I don't think the comedy is all that for me. But the biggest thing is about that it has very relatable context. So being what's it called? Being ghosted, going to a wedding and feeling insecure, dating on Tinder, things like that. It's just like people, a regular person can watch it and relate to
I'll
it.
tell you something. I'll ask you something today.
Yeah.
This show is an adult version of Miss Marvel, and it's better than Miss Marvel.
No.
Okay, 1 second. It's about a central female character who is basically living her life with newly acquired powers.
Yeah.
Both, which applies to both.
Yeah.
It has pretty decent music choices as soundtracks for both of them.
Yeah.
It has a lead female character who is very charming for both of them.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel is way more charming. But
I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily agree.
What does charming mean?
You have charisma.
Likability.
You are not unlikable. You are someone that I want to hang out with.
I think she's
Someone who's funny.
no.
Yeah.
I think Titania Masley she's killing it. She's the one. She's the main attraction.
Did you mean Titania or Tatiana?
Tatiana.
No, it's that why I wanted to be sure.
Oh, okay.
No,
Masliani.
Okay, I love Miss Milani's character arc in here. I like how she acts. Okay. She's very charming.
Yeah.
I've got the hots for Titania. So let's separate the two things, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So
deviant stock.
I can't.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I'm saying that's for me the biggest difference between both the Miss Marvel show and this one is that I like Miss Marvel way.
Yeah, but that's a personal choice. But that's a personal choice.
Yeah.
It's not like she's more charming.
She's not charming.
I'm saying it's not like she's more charming than Tatiana Maslany. She's not. So they're both charming characters. It's almost exactly the same show, except one was for, I don't want to say preteen girls and teen girls or something. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
No, teen girls.
Or teen girls. And one is aimed at working class ladies and women. It's the same show for
bang average. You have to put that in there.
But the show actually says that.
Yeah.
You know, and even this episode is all about don't be She-Hulk. Be that you're bang average and be happy being bang average.
Be happy being a 6.
She's not
this year I agree with you. This episode, I'm like, and it was what? It was maybe 24 minutes or something.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand why that was. And the thing is, I think after we watched it, somehow I think that one came and raved on it somewhere, one of our chat groups, and I was like, I don't understand what he's and he'd be like, this is my favorite episode I've watched so far. I'm like,
Kate was really upset at me.
I don't understand if we are watching the same thing.
One thing though, I worry about in the show.
Yeah.
And this is bias. I know it's pure bias.
Yeah. Okay.
When they showed Mambo and Matador, the way they showed them, I didn't care. I laughed. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When they showed Porcupine, I was slightly upset because I like Porcupine. Because I like Porcupine, the character, and I like the arc he had in Spider-Woman.
Okay.
That's who Spider-Woman was dating.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. In the comics currently,
okay.
She's got a kid with him actually, and the character is totally different from the way portrayed.
Jessica Drew's kid is with Porcupine.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's who she. I didn't know that's who she had the boy for. I know she has a kid now. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't understand what it is about the show that you like so much. If it wasn't even a superhero show, I would still be like, I can't watch this every week.
So to be honest,
I can't watch it every week.
I watched this the way I was watching. Oh God, I mentioned this show to you, Kimmy Schmidt. Yes,
Unbreakable.
Yeah, literally.
Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah. That's the way I watch this film.
That show is better. That show is better.
No, I don't agree. I think it's the same level.
No, but But here's the thing about this.
Yes.
This is a sitcom, right? The big
Yeah.
draw of sitcom is that it's rewatchable. I
Yeah.
can't see myself going back to watch a single episode.
I watch each episode twice.
Therefore, you're-
But he's the only person that would double down on
That
shit.
is too. That was just too easy, and I'm not going to go on record to say what I wanted to say. Just too easy. Don't do that. Don't do that again.
Okay.
Don't say it again.
Okay. You know what? I'll make it worse. I then go online and watch reactions to the episodes.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so to end it, let's round this side up. And then at the end of the episode, basically, we find out that Josh was only there to get
a sample.
Sample for blood.
Yeah.
So in the end,
We've
got 2 episodes left. We've got 2 episodes left now, and we've not seen Daredevil yet. I'm guaranteeing now in my mind we're not going to see him in the next episode either. I think they're going to just leave that to the last episode because they've teased everybody so long that I think they're going to do it all the way to the end.
Now, I have a question now.
Yes.
Do you think this is going to get a season renewal for season 2?
Yes.
Yes. Because God hates
Red.
good things.
Loki
got a season 2 for
Loki got a
goodness
season
sake.
2, so, man.
Yeah. So you're saying okay? I think it's going to get.
I hope not. But what I hope is probably not what's going to happen. So
No, but
It is-
it's cheap enough for a season 2. So
It is also incredibly popular for them.
Yes.
it
It is getting
Yes.
an incredible amount of love.
Yes.
Okay. Good
So
for it.
it is with not just with their demographic, but it's insanely popular.
The world has gone stark raving mad.
Or
I'm
you've
serious.
gotten old.
The
No.
stars are pushing it and having a blast. There's been no like
Because if
these
you
two
say-
people didn't get along.
Because if you say anything about it now, they'll just come for you and say you don't like average girls. Everybody's pretending.
No, but would argue that Jamila is not average, and I'm sure Wality would lose his rag over that. But yeah,
No, but we've not seen Jamila in a while. But okay, moving
they're
on.
pushing. They're all pushing. They're so happy about it. I'm
No,
almost
it's-
certain that Jessica Gao is going
And
to get a
finally,
season 2.
there's a bit of a weird scenario on. I think it's Rotten Tomatoes. I was checking.
Okay.
The critic score is sky high, but the audience score is sky low.
It's getting bombed. I don't believe it's.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's reviewable.
It's getting
yeah.
bombed. Yeah, it's
Right,
getting
okay.
bombed. Yeah, it's
So I
not.
thought-
It's
I
not
thought-
organic.
Yeah, okay.
It's not.
So
Organic.
it's an average show. I can see why people would like it if you relate. Like people, for a girl that has been ghosted like that before, they can relate to that particular context and say, "Oh, this has happened." And it's once we've seen shows like that they are average, but because we point out to things that we relate to in them, we say, "Oh, okay, I like it." Black Panther was an average movie, but because it's Black Panther, we relate to that story. We relate.
And
very well to-
I actually think even as a guy, people like Tunde should learn not to ghost girls. You've seen how it affects them.
What? Oh, what?
Or she should ghost girls less.
Why am I being?
I didn't see that coming. That's low.
Sorry, that was a cheap shot. Apologies.
So,
Right, so
let's rate this.
let's rate this.
Yeah.
I can guess what order it is. I'll go first, so that you guys can have.
What increase the average?
Give me your 4. Give me your 4.
So you
Just
guys have,
repeat.
no, I think it's a 3.8 for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's incredible. So, do you want to go?
2.8.
Okay.
That's
a bit
2.8.
difficult. It's a bit difficult for me because
Ray was vexed at that 2.8.
Yeah.
Red. What do you want to give this?
Sure, it's a 2.
I feel like I'm actually spending more time trying to decide on my rating than actually. It's
See,
that actually the show is what.
they got you. You've entered the pity mode, and that's why.
Yeah. No,
You're feeling
because one
bad.
thing
You're
I
feeling
s-
bad to give it its right score.
No. The
Let's
thing
do it.
is, Red. No,
It's you.
Red. The thing is, from episode 1, I said I don't see myself hating this, and I can understand if someone tells me that they enjoy it. but it's such a nothing series to me. I don't really have any. I'll give it a 2.4. I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I'm like, it's just so boring.
We won't
so
be
it's
watching it
2.4.
if not for the podcast, and
I
that
promise
says
you
a
I would
lot
not.
about it.
I probably would.
I
No,
wouldn't.
no.
I wouldn't.
That one would, but the rest of us.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Twice. Watch it twice and then watch reaction videos.
This
You know-
was
Reaction videos are longer
Yeah, they
than
are.
the episode of the
Yeah.
show.
And
See,
I don't-
that's another problem. 22 minutes.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
do a lot in 22 minutes.
that is,
Trust.
to be
A
honest,
lot
Yeah.
of the greatest comedy shows are 22 minutes, 20
But
minutes.
it feels criminally
It-
short. Every
Yeah.
episode I feel short.
it should be condensed into a commercial.
today what I think is we've been conditioned, especially in this streamer era, to get 40 minutes, 30 minutes at least. So I watch it every week for 22 minutes. People don't like that anymore. We've been trained out of that.
It feels so short.
Yeah.
It
I'm
feels
trying
so
to-
short.
Are you sure? I'm not sure about that too.
Okay.
Today, I'm trying to think
I'm
about.
thinking of comedies that have that length and are still doing good. Goldbergs. The Goldbergs.
Okay, I don't watch that. I don't know.
Like, the Goldbergs is really funny. And
And it's around
probably
the same
because
length,
but the
yeah.
Goldberg is almost gag after gag after gag after gag after. But this one is situational comedy. I don't know how to explain it. It's
it's
there's no laugh track. There's no. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Right,
This
okay.
one is
Let's
the
okay.
weird
She-Hulk's
one.
done.
Yeah, She-Hulk's done.
We now want to get to the meat of today's podcast, the real meat. So today, on today's 100th episode, special episode, we thought to ourselves, right, we need to bring something special on.
Yes.
And really, there's nothing more special than actually having somebody from Nigeria, where we're all from, who not only talk the talk, but also walk the walk, just the same way Wally does.
Yeah.
So we've brought in an author, Serpent, who's written a book about superheroes based in Nigeria. And right, don't let me talk about it. Let me just introduce her. Serpent, welcome to the podcast.
You're still on mute.
Yeah, thank you for sorry, I've been losing focus. And whenever I hear about Naija Nets, I always imagine you guys had this picture, yeah? And one of the people in the picture was Olawale. I don't know why my image of you guys always had Olawale straight in the middle.
He's been a guest a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's nice. So basically, yeah, when Dapo called me that he would like me to join up on the 100th episode, I was like, wow, that's the first time I've been on a podcast. Well, I'm glad for the opportunity. Thank you.
I'm sure it's just going to be the first of many, especially when when your book takes off. I mean, just for our listeners out there, can you just give a quick summary about what your book is about?
Oh, okay. No Heroes Dear. It's basically about a young Nigerian boy. He's growing up in this world of superheroes, and we know how superheroes are always popular in the West. It's like when aliens are invading, when things are going down, everything is always happening in the West, yeah? So for a change, you have this world where superheroes are widespread. There are still superheroes in the West. There are superheroes in America, there are superheroes in Singapore, there are superheroes in India. But now we just want to focus on superheroes in Nigeria. We want to see what is happening here in the country with their lives. So we focus on this young boy. He just recently got his powers. He has a sister who is suffering from an intellectual disability. And then he joined the Hero Council. It's like a Justice League. He joined some kind of Justice League, just to, not because he feels a zeal to protect his community. It's more just like he wants to earn money and help his family. So basically, that's what the novel is about. It follows how someone can make bad decisions from a standpoint of something good. Like he feels he's doing his best to help his family, but along the way, he's lying a lot. He's getting into fights, Basically, that's what the story does. The story of a young boy in Nigeria trying to survive as a superhero.
So you said something here that actually I like a lot. And this is the motivation of why they become, and I'm doing air quotes, why they become heroes. Now, traditionally, there's all these great heroes with these great moral reasons for doing it, for the truth, justice. American way. With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
This guy,
altruism and all
yeah,
of that.
but this guy, there's very simple practical reasons. I don't have money. These guys are offering me money, and they're not asking me to do evil. Okay, I'll join your team and be, use my powers to help you guys. But the attraction is money, a better life for his family, and it's done very well because the way Serpent starts is you see this guy's background. You start with this guy's background, and because it's set in Nigeria, I lived in Nigeria for quite a long time. I recognize that lifestyle. I've been in some of those places or those situations this guy's been in, so it's very relatable to me as a Nigerian. I guess it's very relatable to almost anybody from any part of the world that's not born with a silver spoon in their mouth, where the families had to struggle to make ends meet. So I quite sorry for interrupting, Serpent, but
there's something that you said, Serpent, or there was something that I wanted to ask when you were describing it. So it's, you say that he starts to lie, he starts to do some almost questionable things in this pursuit of, I would say, heroism.
He said bad decisions.
Bad decisions, yes. So is he almost, are we saying he's morally gray, or is he definitely aligned towards light, like fully, or is he like sort of oscillating between, light and gray and a bit dark?
You also don't want Serpent to spoil. You want
absolutely.
No, don't worry. I can tackle this without spoiling.
Okay.
Because when I came up with this, I was just thinking, like, how okay, let me just put it in Nigerian where everybody they hustle, yeah.
Yes.
When everybody they hustle. So if they ask you,
yes,
what do you think? How are you light aligned or are you a good guy? Most people say yes.
Yeah.
But now we put ourselves in someone's shoes. He's trying to hustle. He's trying to make ends meet for his family. He has a sister who is ill and can't attend normal school.
Yes.
All these things, because of that, she stays at home.
Yeah.
She can't go to school. She can't school with normal kids.
Yeah.
He has a mom who has to work like 2 shifts a day just to feed them.
Yeah.
And when you put all these things together, he wants to become a superhero because the pay is good.
Yes.
But then to be a superhero, he has to lie to his mom.
Yes.
And that's that. If you ask him, he's a good guy. But then, is he a good son? He's lying to his mom. He's telling his mom that he's going to work in Lagos. But he's actually doing superheroism.
Yes.
But he's lying to his mom.
Yes.
So that is not a good thing. But
his
mom is at home thinking, my son is in Lagos working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he's fighting supervillains.
But
if he dies tomorrow,
that's Aunt May all over again. That's Peter and Aunt May, right?
Yeah.
When Peter was supposed to be going to school,
he
was telling Aunt May that I have chemistry, but in reality he was punching Vulture off a building, punching an old man. Someone who was up to his grandfather in the face.
It's not like he's going to Oluyole in Ibadan to watch movies. While he should be in school, right?
I always like that one. Yeah, that's
but
you.
when we look at it like that way, what Peter was doing, when we look at it, okay, generally, he's Spider-Man, he's doing good,
yeah.
But when you think of it, considering his family,
when you ask those questions,
it's actually the wrong way to go about
it.
It's actually the wrong way to go
about
absolutely.
It's that discussion. I think we've had this discussion before, like point of views. When you're a kid, you think what Peter's doing is perfect. When you're an adult, you think, this guy's an idiot for what he's doing.
I mean, 100%, and that's one thing that I like that you've mentioned here, Serpent, in terms of the not even in terms of morality, but in terms of the decision making. That's the character that what's our character's name, by the way? Sorry.
Oh, Chitach.
Chitach makes, because someone like Peter Parker, and I don't want to dwell too much on him, almost consistently always makes the bad decisions to do something right. He will break up with his wife to go and fight and help someone. He will disappoint his family several times and do things to go and help total strangers. But we've kind of accepted that. Now, I like the fact that we can actually explore it in a brand new character and see the I don't want to say use the word damage, but the hurts that this causes people in his life. Is that something that we explore as well in No Heroes Here and Chitachi?
Yes, it's something we actually, one thing I noticed that a lot of people don't focus on is that when you do these things, there's something that usually toned down. You see, it's toned down in comics a lot. There's a point that you get to. They are going to ask questions like, okay, you're a superhero. That's fine. That's good. But then your family is in danger for something they don't know about. They are in the dark.
Yep.
If a supervillain attacks your family because of what you do, they have no idea. They don't know what is coming for them. They don't know what to expect. You're off doing things on your own. Then when bad stuff happens, what do? You cry and say, God, it's not my fault. Basically, I just want to explore that angle where in a way it's kind of selfish, but even though you're doing it for good, but the ones you're leaving behind, they have no idea what is coming for them. They have no idea what is involved. So basically, that's the angle I just want to explore.
Let me just say, if I was a superhero, I'll be doing final solutions. All that throwing people in prison.
I gotta be honest. If I were a superhero, I would not be fully light aligned. I know I would be gray / there would be some. I'm not gonna be gray. What I wouldn't do, what I might not do.
Are we good to do if I were a superhero? Are you what I would do?
Exactly. No, one sec. No, sorry.
I'm not going to be gray. Let me
one sec.
lie.
No. But this is what this is what I mean. So I wouldn't outrightly kill people, but I would incapacitate them in such a way that I can't remember who was it. Was it?
They become beggars and destitutes. What are you talking about?
Why better to kill them?
Yeah,
okay, I don't want to.
Are you going to be feeling them?
You know, this is the most psychopathic conversation I've ever been a party to in my life.
And the funny thing is, I think in this book, there's aspects of it that actually touch on this.
Yes, exactly.
Because we've talked about this Chitachi who's called Volley in his superhero costume, but this I think we need to let these guys know. There's a group of superheroes. It's not so. There's quite a few more that in this team, and there's various degrees of moralities in this team. When I read this book, this team seemed like a bunch of the way we sit down here and the different views we have. This is what this team will look like.
Yeah.
There's no super righteous type. Almost, I don't think there's any. There's no. Well, I want to say there's no super evil one. There's one that I know. Sepe might not agree with me on this one because I think me and him will fight on this one. There's a particular character that I think, and Sepe, you might correct me because obviously I've read the first book and I know this. I know there's this story. I can see that it's going to continue. But there's one particular character who, in my view, is unredeemable. But I can already see that the book doesn't believe he's unredeemable.
That part, but I think it's a strength. I've read the book one also. I think it's a strength of Serpent's writing that there's no. I don't actually believe anybody's unredeemable in that aspect. Some characters definitely deserve some consequences for their actions, but I don't think there's anybody yet that is so far gone.
There's one person.
I get what you mean, but I don't see him as so the person deserves some consequences for what they've been doing, obviously. But being morally so far gone, the person is still acting in a believably human way. He's still having a believably human reaction to the situations they're talking about. So it's, how will I put it now? There's still some chances, depending on where the story takes them to, where I can believably see a switch in this particular character going forward. So I just wanted to chip in that the major disconnect between the heroes in this book and
a lot of the heroes we are familiar with is that this is Nigeria, guys. this is Nigeria. No one is really thinking I'm going to get this villain and throw him into jail.
Exactly.
If this villain comes at you with a gun, you will stop that villain.
Yeah.
Even if you have to disable this.
That's what I wanted to talk about in this particular book. Like the superhero organization, the politics in this thing, it's not Lily Flower, Justice League, where everybody, or Iron Man, where Iron Man is a billionaire and is sponsoring everybody. These are Nigerians, and the politics is played well. Like, how would a superhero organization form in a country like Nigeria? What would be the divisions between that kind of organization and the government? The government will obviously have their own agenda. They would have their own agenda. Where it clashes, I think for me, it's one of the best kinds of world building. And this is where the novel really shines through, because we don't get to see this kind of conflicts in superhero comics. The conflicts are usually either one-dimensional, government good, superheroes bad, or superheroes good, government bad. That kind of, but this one, there actually some agenda between both sides. Both sides are trying to push their own politics, trying to make their own agenda shine through. And it is very real. You can actually see, oh, this is exactly how it will play out if this happens in Nigeria.
So I actually think that aspect you've mentioned today is where I think I felt the most tension. So there's a lot of tension obviously between the characters themselves.
Yeah.
But there's the tension between these. So as Tunde said, that there's this kind of Justice League, almost semi-independent teams set up in different areas. This book focuses on one in something called Newtown. Am I right in saying Newtown?
Newtown,
yes. Newtown, yes.
Then there's these other groups, almost government-sponsored military type groups of superheroes, who are not happy with the so almost independent type ones. So there's a tension between those two groups. And then there's obviously the overall governmental politics about how to control these powered people. And remember, these powered people, they're having fights in public. Can you imagine a fight in Oshodi? The damage to normal people's houses. So there's all that thrown in. So it's written really well. And there's a lot of power plays going on between certain groups. Yeah. One thing I love, Serpent, that you did in this, and it's something I've always said that would happen in real life. If a lot of people get superhero powers, many of those powers, some of them will be not publicized.
Yes.
They'll be used as hidden weapons. I like the way that you've used, and you did that in this book very well, and I like that. It's not that I'm Spider-Man, I can climb walls, and this is what I do. See me over here like I'm an idiot. No, some of these guys are really strategically thinking about, no, okay, in our team we've got this guy, but we're going to keep him quiet. Nobody's going to even know he exists. So that I like. So Serpent uses that quite well in this book. I like that.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
I can't wait to read this.
I can't even imagine how long have you been doing this, Serpent? Like, how long has the story been like a seed in your mind? Just kind of just taking root, and you're like, you know what? I need to start pouring some water and putting some sunlight in this, and start putting this down and building this up into like a tree or whatever it is at this point. Like, how long? When did you say you first got the seed of the idea for this story?
The funniest part of this was before this, I was planning a space opera. I'm a really big fan of Mass Effect, so okay. I was actually writing and researching something in that vein. Sometime around this point, while I was planning this whole space opera novel to write, Tunde introduced me to Worm, and after I read Worm, I really liked Worm. I'll have to give it. I think Worm started the whole thing. And, from there, I created this writing prompt on the group, and I just said, okay, I think I.
Which dirty group did you do writing prompts?
Okay, so for context, Worm. let's back up a bit for context. Okay. Worm is a superhero web serial. Yeah, that's how I call it. It's a single writer that takes a superhero universe and writes a completely grounded story from it, where it's over 1.6 million words, am I thinking, and tells a complete story about this particular universe, also using the same techniques that is employed here, where you see grounded stories, realistic characters, and truly exploring consequences of how superhero would affect real life. So yes, I think it's a good read for anybody that likes superhero comics in general.
I second that. I know that, but doesn't like one.
No. Can I give a warning?
Yeah.
If you're gonna read one, read it the way it was published. I made the mistake of trying to read it like a book. This was released weekly, over God knows how many.
Almost 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't work in my mind. I sit down reading one go. It's really big and long, and but I can imagine if you're just reading one chapter a week, I can imagine how it will work better.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. So where was this? So when did you read Worm then? So like when I want to know how. Go on.
Yeah,
please.
go on.
No, I wanted to know how long it took you from I read Worm last year and now I'm here, or I read Worm like 3 years ago and then I was like, okay.
I started Worm actually like 3 years ago. Actually, yes. Then, but I didn't finish it. So around last year, I decided to just push and complete the parts I hadn't finished. And I finished that was around last year. So after that, I made a prompt, and we wrote on the prompt on our book lovers group.
Yes.
And after I wrote on the prompt, a few people said they liked what I did. So I was like, okay, let me expand on this. So since the space opera thing, I was still researching, I was still learning all this. I don't know. I introduced that for the website I was using to research.
Oh yeah, yes.
I was copying notes from that website. Yeah, I had like almost 160 pages of stuff I had jotted down that I wanted to use. I said, okay, this is taking too long. I don't want it to be like a token that spent his whole years writing Lord of the Rings. I said, okay, let me shelf it. Yeah, and let me just try this idea. Since people said they liked the submission I made. So I just I started with something simple because the initial thought I had, I just said, okay, I want to open with a terrorist situation. Just something. Let me just start from there.
Okay.
And then I started it, and I started liking it. I started enjoying it. I was building it as I was going along. And I started in August last year.
Okay.
And I finished the first book early this year. And then when I finished it, I will now became so depressed because I read the whole thing and I was like, okay, where what would I do now? Which publisher? How am I going to market this now? Did I just waste the years? So because of that, I shelved it for about 4 or 5 months. I just put it somewhere on the back burner. And I decided, okay, let me just publish this online. So thanks to Tunde again, I found out about Royal Road and decided to start publishing there. And so far, I've been enjoying the response, I guess.
This same Tunde. You see,
that one is this guy's already used up his good idea.
I'm trying to highlight that once in a while,
today he doesn't know, but he was there.
Questions for me from Safed.
Yes.
You've got so many different types of powers in here, and they're not even vague powers. You've detailed a lot of how they work. I wonder how did you come up with all of this? Did you write this down? Did you have a dictionary? Were you working as you go?
What I actually did for this, it's not my favorite style of writing. I prefer outlining the plot first of all before anything. But in this case, I created the characters first, and I just wrote a list. There are 125 in number is what I started with, and I said, okay, I'll write the character's name, then I'll try to think of a power. Sometimes I think of the power, then I name the character. So when I had 125 of them, I was like, okay. I started splitting them into teams, started splitting how I want them to appear, and then started giving them names, And because of that, it helped me a lot because then I had to get creative. I couldn't just come up with heat vision, someone that flies,
Okay.
So the popular, I couldn't just come up
It's
with
been
popular
done.
things.
Been done
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
It's been done, yeah. So I had to sit down and really think, like, okay, what kind of power do I want? I had a lot of influences. So it's not as if I totally came up with everything originally.
Yeah, of course.
though.
Of course.
But I just wanted to just say, and it helped a lot that I had this system. I created this system to classify powers, and I followed that classification. So I'll just pick one of that classes. Okay, I use this chess terminologies. So maybe I'll just pick something like, okay, this is a bishop. Okay, these bishops are this kind of powers. Brainstorm, come up with powers that fit this category. Then when I come up with powers, I name them. I move on to the next class. Basically that's how.
Okay.
This is definitely showing your Tolkien love. Yeah, I'm seeing what's that thing? I'm seeing glimpses of that, and I'm seeing glimpses of what's the name with this John Shepherd game that you mentioned just now?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect, yeah.
I'm seeing it. It's very RPG-esque almost. Like the way there are classifications, whether you're a paladin or whatever. And then from there you start to, depending on whether you're a rogue, whatever character you pick, then your skill set, attributes, and then you start building it from there. So I can definitely see the influences.
So so say that again, Serpent?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So I'll question. In your mind, have you got images of how these characters look?
Oh, I was going to ask that. Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
No. I mean, good question. Like, yes. Do you have in your head? Is it like, okay, this guy looks like this? Would you ever say, okay, you know what? You want to commission an artist to draw?
Yeah.
Would you ever Hickman this? The way he'll be like, okay, I want to draw this chart, this graph, this, and then I want the characters just like a visual guide.
Yeah.
Do you have something like that? Have you ever considered it?
I actually draw. I'm
Sorry,
good at
Darren, yeah.
this. Yes, as I was doing it, I was actually sketching a lot of them. So I actually have a sketchbook where I just made rough sketches of a lot of characters.
Yeah.
So the cover that is currently on the Royal Road, where I publish weekly,
Yes.
I sketched it and I showed the artist and he recreated it.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, nice. So how about the other works? What's next? Other books, I don't know, graphic novels,
I'm going to
a series, another character there that you're like, you know what, I want to build out this character a little bit more.
Nah, I just want to finish this. I actually have started, and if I stop now, I'm not going to be able to get back. That's the simple truth. So I've tossed everything in the backboard. Everything else has gone to the backboard now until I finish it. And I've given myself a timeline, basically. I have an idea of where the story is going. I have an idea of where it ends. And so it makes it easy. I just want to write.
Right, okay. So let me ask the really important question, because all this nonsense we'll be talking. In this book, towards the end.
Oh wow.
You talk about a group in one of the most important cities in Nigeria, Ibadan. So this I'm guessing this group should be the focus of everything going forward. Are we going to see this group from Ibadan? This in your follow-on books?
Ibadan.
The warrior city. Have some respect.
So if you notice, what did I did with the book? Why
don't butter him up. Just tell him the truth.
I won't butter it for him. Don't worry. Why I actually created this whole new town? Yeah, new town. It doesn't exist. It's fictional. But the problem is it was actually supposed to be based in Lagos. Then I realized that wow, I lived in Lagos. I left Lagos around 2006. So I can't actually tell a story in Lagos because I don't even know how to go from CMS to Maryland or from Ikeja to I forgot all those things. So if I tell anybody who lives in Lagos will probably pick it up and say, what's this guy saying? How do you enter or you walk from Epe and enter Badagry. So I said, no, I'll just mess this up. And at the same time, I couldn't write it in Abuja because the way the story is set, there's like Dapo said, there's a group of superheroes or just a group of supers who are employed by the government. And Abuja is the seat of power generally. And then we have these independent guys that are trying to spread over the South. The government is trying to stop them from spreading over the South because they are fearing, the government fears what they will become in time. So because of that, I couldn't set it somewhere familiar, like Abuja, yeah. So I had to just come up with somewhere close to Lagos, but it's totally fictional that I can play around with the map.
You could have used Akure. I mean.
So because of that, yeah, the South now is basically the center of this story, especially the Southwest. And basically events are going to happen around that whole Lagos, New Town, Ibadan axis. So yes, we'll see a lot more of Ibadan in future books, but what will happen to them is what I don't.
Every time they are writing something about the Ibadan heroes, just think, if that were resisting, what's going to happen? If I need to go back to the drawing board, I'll be like, okay, this guy lives, this guy lives, this guy lives. Everybody from Ibadan lives.
He knows I'll come for him.
Okay, I absolutely love it. So what has been the most challenging part of this whole journey thus far? Like, has it been getting that inspiration? Has it been finding the time? Has it been the research? Has it, like, just what has it been? Like, you know what, this has just been a ball ache getting.
Oh, it's the research actually. The research takes a lot of time because I had to research about the military. I almost knew nothing about Nigerian military. I had to, when I was researching about the military, I had to learn all their kinds of uniforms. We have the number 4 dress, we have the number 6 dress, we have this 746 division. You know, the way the military is structured in Nigeria. I had to learn that. Also, one thing I failed the first time, and I'm thankful I didn't release that before finishing my research, was I didn't know a lot about what they call it, respectful language for illnesses. Yeah, you know how illnesses nowadays, groups of people basically. They come up with terms. They come up with the way they want to be described.
They want to be addressed and described.
Yes, exactly. I was ignorant of a lot of these things, and I when I first wrote the book, I just wrote them how a normal person would write them. Yeah,
Metro, like, this guy don't crease. This guy now.
Yes,
Metro,
exactly.
This one,
okay. This is crazy. this is an albino. You know, I just wrote them.
Calm down. Ginger lives matter.
So basically, I had to rework the language.
Oh, sorry, Serpent. We lost you.
You broke off.
We lost your audio.
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, better now. Yeah, so you had to research the language. Yeah.
Yes, I had to work everything.
Yeah.
But I'm happier with how it goes. So when I posted, someone gave me a review. And this was the first time they've seen someone treat an intellectually disabled character in this way. I was so proud because I knew it spent me months to
I absolutely love that. Yeah. And it's something that it's something that we are just becoming a little more cognizant of in our part of the world. Differently abled people, and being able to be respectful, of their differences. I won't even go so far as to say disabilities, maybe their differences. You're not necessarily saying it's a deformity or something, but differently able, then is one way of putting it. So yeah,
that's another thing I learned actually. How they say that differently able they don't even like it. They prefer calling their disability a disability.
Oh really?
Saying yes, they prefer saying yes. I'm a person with a disability. In the medical line, they prefer people first. They call it people first language. So they say person with disability. or you can name the disability person with autism, person with autism. You can say person with albinism. You can say person with people first language.
Ah.
Is albinism a disability? I'll keep picking up on that.
Well, they are included in because of especially with the eyesight.
Yeah, in a way, it's classified.
It's really, I didn't know that. Okay.
Because it has some disadvantages, I guess is the word.
Okay.
Is the word I can use.
They do. They are qualified among them, and it is crazy because these people first languages actually in the West they normalize that. Okay, people go with people first language. You can never go wrong with people first language, but some groups still prefer to be called disabled. Yeah. Some don't prefer. Some don't like you telling them you're a person with deafness. No, they prefer to be called a deaf person. So I had to research how each group would prefer to be referred to, and even apart from their organization having a preference, even the individuals in that organization.
Exactly. Yeah.
But basically, they just say disabilities are fine, disabled is fine, a disabled person, a person with disability, anyhow you want to arrange it is fine. They no dancing around the issue, but at the same time, no insulting.
No insulting, and I think like someone said first, the most important thing is if you probably ask the person, because people are quite different. Exactly. I was talking to there was a friend of mine in the States who doesn't. She went to Purdue. She doesn't like being like blacks. Doesn't like black people. She's like, okay, brown or brown skinned people, but she doesn't like black. Okay. People are just it's a very personal thing and very interesting. Yeah, the way you said it, like try to treating it with respect. It's something that we're getting a little bit more better with in our part of the world. That one, I interrupted you. You wanted to say something?
No, I can't remember.
I had a joke for your Purdue graduate, but we're on video. We're being recorded.
Okay, we're doing what's the answer.
Okay, so Kex, you can see we are on this podcast. We need to learn more because of all the nonsense you usually say over the past 100 episodes. But if we go back to the kind of jokes we've been making on this podcast,
you and Kex, not me.
we really had Moon Knight.
Yeah, we've not been very careful or PC or with our word. Don't get me wrong, we don't go out to offend anybody anyway.
Except some people, I go out to offend some people here, please.
No. Sorry. So when I say that we don't go out to offend people, I'm not counting you among people.
People see.
Wale, is there anything that you wanted to check with Sapad?
So while all this was going on, I was actually on Royal Road.
Okay.
Yeah, which, by the way, I don't know if this came across during the earlier parts of the interview, but that is a place where anyone who's listening to this can jump on right now and start reading this.
Yeah.
Pretty cool story. It's on Royal Road. I think that's just straight up royalroad.com. I think I just got there by Googling it, but yep, it's right there, royalroad.com. And once you go there, all you've got to do is search for this story, which is called No Heroes There. And you can instantly start reading it online. Story.
Yeah, and we will definitely put the link in our socials.
All
the way through. So, question.
The story is gripping, honestly. So I didn't start from the beginning. I just kind of jumped right in the middle. Because when I started reading it from the beginning, I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is kind of familiar. And I think, Patrick, you said in the interview that you had been posting these online earlier on, and you just kind of adapted them. Yeah, so I thought, okay, I can see what's going on here. I saw some familiar names, and I thought, okay, this is nice. And yeah, it is pretty much everything that people have been saying on here. It's not just a relatable setting. One of the reasons why I think anyone who's listening to this should jump in and give this a read is it's not just a relatable setting. It's not just look at it's just a regular superhero story, but we're just going to set it in Africa or something like that. It is a rather interesting look into modern life in what appears to be modern life in an African city, but in a fictional version of it that has superheroes. This is criminally underexplored. And that's because I think there's a lot of speculation about what things might look like in the future, and then it's just a matter of creating something that's actually a Western country and then just calling it Africa, like New Lagos or something. Or there is all this imagining this fantasy world of the past, and it's all villages and all that, and all very exotic. But now we've got something where this is something which, if you've grown up in any of those cities, in any of those places in these countries around this time, this reminds you of the stuff that's going on there. And as a result, a lot of it is, if this makes any sense, relatable and exotic at the same time. That is, it's just relatable enough for you to be able to read it and go, this feels like it could happen. And it's different enough for you to go, oh, this is new. Like, this is not boring as a result of that. And yeah, Patrick, this story has hooked me a little bit. I'm definitely going to give it more of a read, and I'm going to give you more feedback on it.
Okay.
One,
Thank you.
exactly. No worries. One little plug I like to throw in here. Patrick also writes comics for Comic Republic. Yeah, which, by the way, that's a comic company that I work for. And he writes a comic book called Galactic Core. And if you read that, you can really see, I'll just put it this way. When you read it, you can tell that these things are pretty much written by the same person. Galactic Core is currently up to, it's currently pretty deep into its first arc. So if you take a look at that, there's plenty of material there to take a look at as well. But yeah,
And when are you
definitely
releasing?
pretty excellent work, Patrick. Yeah.
Well, when is Galactic Core's new issue coming out? Because the release schedule is very slow. Very slow.
Let me just say that it is coming out at the best rate that it can come out. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And
It just sounded like Hickman.
Enough issues.
There's one out recently. There's an
Enough
issue out.
issues. Exactly. Yeah, there's a new issue just came out. So if anyone listening has been reading it and they're like, okay, when's the new issue coming out? I guarantee you at least 2 or 3 issues would have come out since the last time you checked. So go check again. You'll see there are a few more dropping.
I'm checking. It's still the 3rd issue on your website, on the website though. And that's where we stopped the last time. Yeah.
It should be a little bit further on than that.
Should be at issue 7.
It should be at issue 7.
Oh, okay.
So that is.
Yeah.
Tunde has not refreshed his.
Okay, yeah.
I'm saying issue 5. Also issue 5.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So when you said that, I was like, wait, what? Like there was a head explode moment.
Yeah,
because I know that we've gone up to issue 7, and I think we actually have a few more in the pipeline, kind of waiting for the right time to release them.
Okay.
So yeah, so just as I said earlier on, guaranteed, if you have been reading it in the past, you go take a look at it, you're going to get like an additional 2 or 3 episodes. If you haven't started reading it, there's 7 issues there. You can go read them, and most likely by the time you're done with them, we'd have added more. But yeah, this is not for Galactic Core. This is for No Heroes There. And yeah, Patrick, this is pretty good.
Okay, awesome. Has anybody got any more questions for Patrick?
Just one, and I think it's related. We are going to put the link to the Rare Rumble directly to your book. We're going to put it on the social when we do it. Is there anywhere else you can find it, or is that the only place at the moment?
Oh, that's the only place at the moment.
Okay, cool. Thank you. We'll do that. It was great having you on, Serpent. And,
It was amazing.
It's amazing. And please, once we finish this podcast, go back and start writing the next one. I'm waiting. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so listeners, please go to Royal Road. No Heroes there. Click on the link, read, rate, like, subscribe, and give any comments or criticisms and direct them to Serpent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I am open to criticism. They can comment directly in the comment section, and I usually reply as soon as I can.
You see, listeners, you got a chance to talk that little the offer now before it blows up. When it becomes the next J.R.R. Martin or something, don't be.
Remember what you had.
I reject it on his behalf.
Remember what you had in first.
Please, yeah, better writers.
Remember the first podcast you heard him. It's here.
Yes.
So when it blows up,
And we will farms till we die.
yes, we have.
All right, guys. If nothing else, then that has been the end of episode 100 of our podcast.
Oh yeah, I wanted to rant, but I'll leave that rant alone till next time.
Yeah, is it the same thing I want to rant about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
let's
it's
rant about it next week. Yeah.
next week.
What are we
deserves-
ranting about? What's the topic?
Yeah.
Let's take it offline because next week.
Let's do next week.
Make it fresh.
So
Yes.
I can read it and I can also join you guys in anger.
We will rant respectfully, but we shall speak.
Okay.
We shall speak.
Okay.
Yes. So guys, remember, rate, like, subscribe. Thank you very much, Naijas Geeking Out. Thanks for listening. I will pass it on to Tunde.
Yeah, good night. As you can see,
My
I've been
God.
holding it strong for
Just
the past 100 episodes,
just
and
say-
I
just say
promise
good
to
night
continue to
and
fight
go.
for the good and the truthful things on this podcast for the next 100 episodes.
That one
Continue
is.
to support me with your prayers, and I'll soon post a GoFundMe link.
Guys, please, this guy needs a GoFundMe, please.
To support the ministry that is going on here. So yeah, till next week.
Red.
Yeah, we survived this for 100 episodes. I will still be here another 100 episodes. So here's saying good night from me. Bear with Sunday. He's a severe
They don't have
pet,
a
yeah,
choice. They don't have a
so-
choice. So, Pence, do you want to say goodbye?
Oh yeah, all I'm going to say is that this is the 100th episode, and it will go down in history that I was online for the 100th one.
100%. Yes.
So, thank you guys for the opportunity. Actually,
Nah, thanks
Nice
for
one.
joining us. We really appreciate it. Wale.
That is a sayonara from me.
And that one.
Thanks for listening. See you later.
Naija nerds.